Thank you for being here. We're about to start a conversation about the Syria in the 20th century until today. Our members of the panel are Allahu Akbar. He was a victim of the problems in Syria. This was the reason why he and his child ran away from the country. His wife died in the bombing of the ISIS terrorist group. Sorry about that. Aaron Rogers, our international issues expert. He won a Medal of Honor for his excellent job in his area. Remember to make sure to turn off all your electronic devices, so there won't be any interruptions while our guests are talking during the session, or you will be asked to leave. So, Mr. Akbar, let me start with you. The theme of the day is Syria in the 20th century, until today. Tell us, what has been your problems that caused you and all the other refugees to move out of the country, and also your experience now as a refugee?
Well, so there has always been problems around the place I live, and however, one day the terrorist group of ISIS bombed around my house, and later they went inside my house. They entered it and gathered my family, my wife, and my kid. Later on, 4 ISIS soldiers came in and they raped my wife in front of my child. That was very traumatic for my child. He cried for days and days. After they raped my child, many gunshots were heard and the soldiers went out to see what happened, and me and my son hid under the bed. 2 days after, the UN soldiers came in and they took us to a camp in Jordan, and we went to live in Germany.
Before we go on with our next guest, please tell us, how are refugees in Germany being treated and how is your new life? Do any of your human rights are being violated now in Germany?
Well, after this happened, my son and some people and I moved and flee to Germany. The German people have treated us very good. As you know, my native language is Arab, and I'm learning to speak this language, English, and also the German people are trying to teach me and my son and the refugees German. They gave us job, food, medicine, and opportunities. I work every day in a building, constructing a new building, and my kid is given the opportunity to study and be a better person than me. Maybe he could be the next president of Syria.
So what helps the civil war to keep on going that long time?
That question will be answered by our expert in war, in Syrian war, Robinson. We will call him via Skype.
So you don't. Okay. Well, hello, my friends. Well, I can tell you, all sides want to fight and won't stop until they have a victory. But the problem is that neither of the sides are strong enough to win. If Aleppo, a main city of Syria, falls, it won't end the conflict because it is more a strategy point than a total victory. Though it wouldn't end it, it would give a wider military advantage to the regime. But still, the regime is pretty weak to end the conflict, even with this advantage. But, well, what I can tell you is the things that have interested me. That I'm not seeing anyone asking, how are Syrians responding? I think that that is the most fascinating question to be asked because in many scenarios, um, at the end of the day, everyone wants Syria to be for Syrians, and no one wants to have a military conflict there. So everyone will pack up and leave. Even decades down the road, I've been watching and following my Syrian friends in besieged areas, and there is a lot of elation. There is a little bit of remaining doubt, but people have become so cynical that it is expected. Skepticism along the lines of, so is it okay to keep killing us with bombs and stuff, but it is not okay to use chemical weapons, but still, they can kill us. So that is bad. But okay, we will come back to my friends after a short break so you can see what's happening in Syria.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.
So, how do the United Nations contribute on this conflict?
The United Nations have a refugee agency that provides life-saving humanitarian aid for all refugees in the Middle East. They help them by giving cash so they can buy food, medicine, tents, thermal blankets, and winter clothing. The staff of the UN, more than 9,700 people in 126 countries, provide protection and assistance to nearly 59 million refugees.
Thank you for all the members of the panel. That's the end of the session for today. Thank you.
Allahu Akbar!
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Funky beats.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar!
Allahu Akbar.